Okay, this is I guess part three of the boom gallows. What I did was I ran it through the planer. You could see that it was 2.5. Now it's just slightly under 2 inches. I'll show you where it's going to fit in on the stainless steel part. But what I have now is it's sanded, plain sanded. You can see the two different color woods. I also put a curved out section in here. I did two. I got to do one more. I'm going to put another one over here. I guess I'm going to go with 5. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but you know, usually you have them this slightly center, and you have one each side of it, and that's how it's normally done. But I may put some extras at the end just to make it so I could pull it over, the boom over, so when I'm on the catwalks I can put the sail cover on. This will be varnished once I cut it. What I have to do is I have to take it to the boat now, and I have to trim this section here to the correct length. And let me show you the other part. I have one. The other one is the other one's on the boat. These are the brackets for the boom gallows. I made these quite a few years ago. This is stainless steel, 3/16 stainless. It's tube, and it's stepped down here. There's a thinner piece, a smaller diameter, and it's slid inside. And this slides on the other half of this is bolted against the combing, and this slides down into it and locks it in. And the upper section, this will drop into it like this. Get this to go in. It's kind of a snug fit. There it is. And I have to trim it. It sits up slightly higher, and I got to trim it so it all lines up. Right now, that's why I have to put these in place on the boat. And once I get those in place, I mark this, I cut it, I sand it so it fits in real nice. Right now it doesn't look like it fits the way it's supposed to, but once it's done properly, it does fit very nice. And that the advantage of boom gallows, as we all know, when you're sitting at anchor, what occurs is the boom tends to move around a lot. I noticed that over the last couple of years. My last boat, I had my 32 center cockpit Irwin Ketch. I put a boom gallows on it when I first got the boat, and I just never paid attention about the boom moving because the gallows stopped that. But when I got this other boat, first thing I noticed the first year was the boom. Just even when you're at anchor, and if it's just a slight bit of any kind of wave motion, even the slightest bit, the boom tends to move around. It's constantly jittering back and forth, and it's just working the topping lift and also working the main sheet. What it did do to the boat was I had a brand new sail cover that I had on it with my Dodger and bimini, and the distance between the sail cover and the bimini is very close, and it actually put a wear spot on the bottom of the sail cover. It actually wore through the fabric from it constantly working. So that's why the boom gallows, that stops that from occurring. I'm trying to think what else. Well, what's going to occur once these boom gallows are put in place, what I'm going to do is I'm redoing the Dodger and bimini, and the boom gallows is going to go not quite to the end, but near the end of the boom. There'll probably be about less than a foot of boom sticking beyond it. And that's where this is going to be the attachment point for the new bimini. This will have a track screwed into it, and the bimini will go from this to the first bow, and then to the next bow further forward, and then finally one more bow, and then of course to the front of the Dodger. So that's the advantage of the boom gallows, is it makes a nice rigid frame for the bimini to go on. I did that with the last boat. That seemed to work fairly well. So the next step you'll see is, let me just show you a better picture. You'll see when I go down to the boat, I'm going to cut this, trim it, and then you'll finally see the finished picture of it varnished, and then maybe one more video of it on the boat so you can see what it looks like on the boat. But that certainly helps to do it. Very easy to make. It was all West Marine, not West Marine, it was West Product epoxy. Very, very easy to make. I cut this, these are 3/4 inch, the boards are 3/4 inch wide, by whatever thickness you want, and that had to match the this bracket here. That's got to match that. And then don't have to steam it, just pull it in. And again, I used oak and mahogany because it's a lot easier to get mahogany than it is to get teak. Teak is tough to get nowadays, and it's expensive. And it's varnished, so it's going to be fine, and it's quite strong. So that's the last update on this, and I'll probably do another one once I move to the next level of cutting it to size and putting these brackets on the boat. The lower half is already mounted on the boat. I'd have to just slide these in place and then drop this in and then cut it with a jigsaw and sand it to fit it. And then at that point in time, I'll varnish it, put it back on again. So that should do it for this installment.